Hello everyone, today we're gonna make some seafood noodles here. So let's see the ingredients. So we're gonna have garlic, tomato, onion and green chili and these green onions and some seaweed and some packed sardines. So first we're going to cut the onions into a smaller size, and we're gonna cut 2 onions here. And second, we're gonna cut the tomatoes into smaller pieces. And this part is not so difficult, so we're just going to cut everything. We can use 1 or 2 tomatoes, depends on how much you want to eat. And now we're going to cook these vegetables first with the sesame oil. We have the sesame oil here. This makes quite a nice flavor rather than using other kind of oils. So let's try with this. And first we're going to heat up the oil with the pan and put in some onion. And first we're going to take some time to fry this. This is gonna take a little bit of time because the onions are quite big. And in the meanwhile, we're gonna cut the garlic, and look at this garlic. We're going to put this inside also. This is like around 1/4 or 1/3 of garlic, 1 whole garlic. And again, we're going to mix this and fry this for some while. And after mixing for some while, we're going to put the lid on and wait for some while until the vegetables gets a little bit soft. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to cut these green onions. I'm going to cut this whole bunch and use quite a big load of green onions because these are gonna make some nice smell in the noodles. And after cutting the green onion, we're going to put in a little bit of green chili. I don't like so much green chili because it's gonna be super hot, so let's try putting in only 1 for this time. Actually, my wife loves hot things, so I'm putting this basically for my Indian wife. And after cutting the vegetables, we're going to mix this with the garlic and onion. I think this is getting a little bit more softer than the beginning. And after putting in all these ingredients, we're going to mix this again, and we're going to take time to make the vegetables get cooked quite nicely and to make them a little bit get softer. So this is gonna take time, so I'm gonna put on the lid and wait for some while. And in the meanwhile, my wife was cooking some spinach in the next stove, and this is for making some curry, I think.
Noodles. How do you think? In Japan.
In the meanwhile, we're going to prepare this sardines. This is from a animation character called Gorgo 13. This is quite famous in Japan, and this one has some recipes of how to use the sardines.
Let's see how the sardines.
So let's see how it works. So first, I'm going to open this can. So this is quite easy to open because there is a pull tab here. I'm going to pull this tab, and here comes the can. Inside the can there is some sardines like this, looks like there are 20 pieces maybe, and
Sardines are
it's
too soft.
smelling quite nice. This is how the sardine is looking like. This is already looking quite tasty. And now we're going to open this seafood noodle packet, and inside this there are some noodles and some powders to make the soup, and these are the ingredients inside. Everything is written in English and Korean, so let's see how it's gonna look like. And this is the soup. This is the powder for the soup, and also this is some kind of powder to sprinkle over all these vegetables and everything. So first we're going to sprinkle all these powders onto the vegetables and make the vegetables absorb the nice taste. At this time the food is already smelling so nice. It's smelling like some nice seafood restaurant in the whole kitchen. So here we're going to mix some water and make it like a seafood soup first, and after waiting for some while we're going to crack the eggs. So these eggs are like completely optional, but I like to have some eggs in the noodle, so we're going to add 4 of them today. I know this is quite much, but sometimes you have to eat nice non-veg things. And finally the soup is done, so we're going to put in these noodles. The noodle is quite hard. It's like a block or something. So we're going to make this in the water, in this boiling water. And we have put in 2 packs of these noodles. So we're going to wait for the noodles get a little bit softer. These noodles take 3-4 minutes to get soft, and the water is running out, so we're going to add the water. And now it's smelling quite nice, so we don't want to make the noodle absorb too much water, so we're going to put in some eggs and make the noodle finish. After putting some eggs, these eggs gets white quite quickly, so this is almost gonna finish. And in the end we're going to put in the sardines. We're going to put the sardines in the end, because if we put it in the beginning it's going to break while we are mixing everything. And these are the spinach. It's gonna make a little bit nice smell to the noodle. And now everything is ready here.
These are the powder.
And we have to sprinkle this powder from the top. And finally the noodle is ready, so we're going to put it into the bowl and let's try how it's gonna taste. Today we're gonna have the noodles with a little bit of wine, so this makes our dinner quite a nice thing. And let's see how my wife reacts to this seafood noodle.
How's the taste?